The human experience can be a pain. The common denominator, seemingly struggle and suffering. What should we aim to seek from life in face of this? The answer to this question is complicated and highly personal. I can only answer for myself. Doing so can share the principles and values that guided me, which might assist you on your journey, but I cannot define what the journey should be for you. One thing I've learned is to listen to that which calls out to me. Follow what grabs your interest and keep following your interest. Find that for myself, I've had two paths running within. One, which favors business, finance, technology, order, speed, and science. The other, which favors philosophy, psychology, beauty, spirituality, slowness, and religious studies. Apollonian and Dionysian spirits, if you will. Studied accounting at university because I wanted to have a surefire path to make money and negate the future possibility of worrying about my finances. Although early in my university career, I was drawn more to the humanities and studied them in silence. I have a deep love for silence and being alone. During those moments of stillness, the humanities called forth. It was a trustworthy guide on my journey to the reclamation and regaining of the self and finding my authentic being. I've been pondering this idea, the loss of self. It is an interesting phenomenon. How can one lose oneself? You no longer exist within. I alluded to my loss of self in my Substack piece called The Era of Authenticity. Imagine your psyche as a room in your house or your room. Within this room, various aspects of your personality are at play at any given moment, and you are the conduit of one of those aspects. The essence of your true, unique being is represented by the self, you, in the room. A loss of self occurs when the central figure is relegated to the corner, deprived of nourishment, and kept in a suppressed state. It is alive but withered, so close to death that at any moment, should it be kicked over, the loss of self shall be permanent. That which operates your actions and words is not necessarily you. Where is the nourishment the self seeks? Think its relentless pursuit of individual collective truth in the realm of the humanities. I love technology and its capabilities to benefit the masses, and I've benefited massively from technology. But I'm afraid we have lost our way. And on the whole, technology has become a suppressant of self more than an accelerant. This morning, on my walk, I decided to take a talking journal session. I had a resting feeling of having 10,000 things to say, but I was not sure what any of them were. I later came across a brilliant piece written by Luke Borges called The Bull Market of the Humanities. In it, Luke proposes a necessary resurgence of the humanities in the classical sense, and more so a return to existentialism, atheistic and Christian alike, and a return to a form of personalism that rails against the missionistic impulses of those tethered to the machines, as the stench of death becomes too overwhelming for any of us to ignore much longer. The stench of death is that of the withered self. The return to personalism is those who seek the self once again in pursuit of their genuine being. The two paths within me are on a convergence, and I think the culture as a whole needs this convergence. It's partly why the Frontier Letter is a necessary part of my journey. It is an exploration of that convergence within and a way to explore that convergence with you. I think it's more than that, though. There's a deeply seated fear in relation to this idea, and that is that we are on a divergence, not convergence. As Luke writes, a great writer once wrote, "Everything that rises must converge." What is that point of convergence? We will soon find out, maybe. Whether it happens depends on whether or not you believe we are rising or falling. If we are falling, there is no guarantee of convergence at all. In fact, we should expect divergence. A divergence of what exactly? A divergence of that which is human from that which is not? This is what I fear. If we are in the midst of this, that which is not human has speed and power on its side, but that which is human has everything that is unique about the self on its side. But if the former is to the malnourishment of the latter, what is left but that which is not human? Technology is beautiful and has and can make humanity better off than it ever was. The only way for this to happen is to use it with everything of that which is uniquely human. The bull run of the humanities beckons the return of the self, and the return of the self beckons the convergence. The answer to my question at the beginning of this piece is but an infinitesimal step closer to the truth. Yet, it may have been the step through the other side of the fall. The answer for now lies somewhere in the pursuit of this convergence. Convergence within mirrors the convergence without, and my individual answer is that I have a part to play which feels fundamental. Frontier Letter is the mechanism for exploration. I think that together we can navigate this convergence. I want to remind you that my mission here is to bring hope to our future, not by blinding you with optimistic naivety, but by exploring the darkness and finding the light that shines brightest within. In hopes to help make it clear what that light is. I have high hopes and ambitions for this newsletter and this YouTube channel, not for the sake of hope and ambition, but because it is a space for me and you and all of us to come as close contact with the truth as possible. And this is an important aim to me. If you enjoyed this video, sub for more. If you want early access to the content, subscribe to my Substack to get the newsletters delivered directly to your inbox completely free. The link will be in the description below. And until next time, take care of yourself, everybody. Thank you for watching.